Hey guys, welcome to Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. That was Gideon in the back making noise, so you might hear him. We are doing a video tonight about Samuel. Well, actually, we're doing a video tonight about Samuel and me, but Samuel gets to join the party now. That's why we're having a video tonight about him.
The party?
The party. We're having a party. So anyway, so if you guys have watched our channel for long, you've probably noticed that for the whole time that you've been watching our channel, I have a very funny walking gait. When you see me walking, I don't just waddle because I'm pregnant. I kind of waddle and look funny all the time when I walk because I have a form of muscular dystrophy called Charcot-Marie-Tooth. It's after the three men who found the gene or whatever it is. So it's something that is genetic. It's something that was passed down to me from my father. My sister and I both have it. And Samuel now is part of the party, and we found out that he has it. We have been suspecting it for Samuel for a year, maybe a little over a year. But it was nothing that we were ready to go get any type of diagnosis for because it's something that there's not a medicine right now to help it. There's not therapies right now to help it. At some point, you get to the point of wearing leg braces, which I wear when I am outside the house, but I don't wear leg braces inside the house. But Samuel has gotten to a point where we thought, watching him walk and things, that he might need the leg braces to help support his ankles. If you've been here before, Samuel dislocates his knee sometimes. If you know us, you've probably seen him dislocate his knee. It happened. You gotta lean closer to me. That's what Daddy's saying. So if he's had it happen multiple places, sometimes he's just walking across the room, not doing anything very special, right? Yeah. And I did that when I was a kid. It's not necessarily linked to the Charcot-Marie-Tooth, but we have we walk funny and therefore put weird pressure on different parts of our body. Samuel actually dislocated his knee at Antietam this year when we went, and he wasn't able to go across the bridge with us. What was that bridge called? Do you remember? It was a really cool bridge.
It was the one that...
The one with the witness tree.
There was the witness tree there. It was the one that it took all day to fight across this little bridge.
Yeah, it was just this little bridge, but the bridge is still there, and the bridge is really cool. But he dislocated his knee right before we walked over the bridge. So the rest of us walked over the bridge, and we all waved at him from the other side.
And I did earlier that day, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he had done it earlier. So this is just something that is, like, the dislocating his knee is part of our normal lives now. But we're hoping that with a pair of braces, he'll be able to not dislocate his knee as often. Right? He does love me, I promise. So anyway, if you've seen any of our videos, part of our, like, I'm not saying any of this because I think people on my channel necessarily have this. It's not, oh, go check your children to see if they have this. I'm just explaining because if you're watching our channel, how it affects our daily lives. So we have very high arches and very funny looking feet. My friends always called them raptor toes when I was in school. Kindly. They were like very nice to me about it. But we had, what?
Very nicely called you raptor
Nicely
toes.
called me raptor toes. No, it was like this joke that we had going on. Samuel's feet look the same as mine, which was actually very good going to the doctor because I was afraid we'd need a biopsy or something. And Samuel pretty much took off his shoes.
And she's like... you have Charcot-Marie-Tooth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then the doctor walks in and is like, you have Charcot-Marie-Tooth. It's like, yeah.
So we didn't have to do any of the, like, things that hurt, like a biopsy, or they do something where they can, like, put electrodes into your muscles and, like, send off little electrical signals. They didn't have to do any of that for Samuel. When my sister was diagnosed a long time ago, she's my age, but they had to do those things because hers looked very different than what my dad and I had. We also don't have reflexes, so when the doctor hits our knee, our leg does nothing, right? He hit your knee multiple times and your leg did nothing. We have trouble opening jars because people have a muscle here between their finger and thumb.
A pressure point.
And I don't have it, like, at all. Like, if you ever meet me in public and you want to feel my hand, I'll let you feel it. There's, like, nothing there. Samuel has some, but not as much as you would think of a child his age. He is very strong for his age, but there's certain things that he has trouble with, like opening jars because of that muscle that you're missing there. Samuel also has essential tremors. So that isn't... You're pretty good tonight.
Yeah.
So the essential tremors is not necessarily part of his Charcot-Marie Tooth diagnosis, but that makes it hard for him to like write and stuff like that. But anyway,
Twice the fun.
it's passed on the X chromosome. So I got it from my dad. My dad, being a male, could only pass it to his girls. Me, being a female, could pass it to any of the children. But years ago, when Samuel was like 5 or something like that, the same doctor that diagnosed him now looked at Samuel and didn't see signs of Charcot-Marie Tooth. It's something that until we find out if we have the right gene that you can test on, we don't, like, we're not testing all the kids right now because it's just kind of when you get the symptoms of it. Samuel wasn't showing symptoms back then. When I was a kid, I never could walk on my toes. I never could walk on my heels. I have what's called drop foot. So the muscle in my ankle causes my foot to drop. So when I want to walk forward, I have to pick up I use the muscle on my big toe to pick my foot up. And that causes a lot of falls and clumsiness because our feet just don't work right. Most people don't realize that they don't think to walk. And when we walk, we need to watch the ground, right? So if we're walking with you and there's something pretty to look at, stop and tell us where it is because we're not going to see it.
Unless it's on the ground.
Unless it's on the ground. We'll let you know if there's any pretty stones down there or something, right? But I have braces now, and it allows me to not be staring at my feet all the time when I walk. I still have to be very careful when I walk, but I don't have to be watching all the time. And we're hoping to get Samuel to that point where he doesn't have to watch all the time when he's walking. But it doesn't cause him to not be able to do things. My dad, who had it, was a firefighter. He was a teacher. I never grew up thinking, oh, we have a disability. This is just something we had to do different from other people. But I didn't feel like it kept us from living life and having fun. Like, my family never went downhill skiing. That would have been very dangerous for us.
Oh, yeah.
But we were able to, volunteer in the community, and we were always involved in things. So I didn't feel it was ever something that stopped us, I guess. Do you have anything you want to share? I just made him sit in the video with me. Because I didn't know if he really... So we got diagnosed... He got diagnosed like a week and a half ago. So, and what else did they do? Samuel got a cheek swab.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Remember when they put the Q-tip thingy in your mouth?
Mm-hmm. It's a lot less painful than a COVID swab.
It is. So they did a cheek swab on both cheeks, and they're sending that off because there's one kind that is more common for everybody, and they're going to see if that's the one he has. And if they find out what kind our family has, then if there are some drugs that are being formulated that might help things in the future. And so if we're part of that study group, then if there's new things coming out, we could choose to be part of the group, or if something comes out that is shown to be effective, they would know to contact us, right? Mm-hmm. So pretty much it doesn't change anything for Samuel, except for once a year, we'll go see the neurologist as part of the muscular so Charcot-Marie Tooth is a form of muscular dystrophy, depending who you talk to, but it's not a life-limiting, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Life-limiting form. A lot of the forms of muscular dystrophy are. Ours is a progressive neurological disease, so it will gradually get worse as we get older, but it's not something that's going to cause a time where he's suddenly going to be incapable of doing things. Mm-hmm. It's just like my dad had to wear braces that became higher braces that became higher braces. I wear braces that go up to my calf. My sister wears orthotics in her shoes, but she has nothing that actually goes up her leg. So each person is a little bit different in that. Mm. So we're supposed to be getting a call to get him fitted for braces. But other than that, it really doesn't change anything.
Yeah, the only thing that I have trouble doing is push-ups with my toes. See?
So when he does push-ups, he does like good push-ups with like a flat body push-ups, but his feet don't sit in the same position that a normal person's feet would sit because he can't get on his toes the way that a normal person can. So if we're at a if we're at your house or we're at a like church thing with you, don't ask Samuel to open the jars. He might have trouble with that. Don't ask him to hold something really big in front of him where he can't see the ground because he might have trouble with that.
Anything still.
But if you need someone to like carry chairs, your head came out and didn't know the camera. Okay, so we had an interruption. So if we're somewhere, if you need someone to carry chairs, help with tables, Samuel's great for that. If you need something big and bulky carried that he can't see his feet, might not be the greatest job for him. But otherwise, he's a very capable young man. But I know as a teenager, when I was diagnosed with it, it was nice to be able to tell people I wasn't just clumsy and I actually had a real life problem and I wasn't just not paying attention when I'd fall down. Right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's embarrassing when you're the one who trips all the time. But there's really nothing we can do to help that. Except for get him some braces. Hopefully that's going to help. Right? Mm-hmm. So, anything else we want to say about it?
Deep spiritual thoughts.
Now you know a little bit more about Samuel and how interesting he is.
Why we do that with our chins.
So anyway, we just wanted to explain what was going on in our household. Did you have something?
No.
Okay. So we'll see you guys next time on Hurting Little Cows to the Glory of God. Bye.
Bye.